The S-500 Prometei is Russia's most advanced long-range air and missile defense system, officially entering limited service in 2021. It was designed to complement and eventually surpass the S-400, with capabilities aimed at intercepting ballistic missiles, hypersonic weapons, stealth aircraft, and even low-orbit satellites. The system reportedly has a range of up to 600 kilometers for ballistic targets and an interception ceiling around 200 kilometers, which places it among the highest-reaching surface-to-air systems in the world. By 2025, only one full regiment of the S-500 has been confirmed to be in active service. The Russian Ministry of Defense announced this single deployment near Moscow in 2021. In early 2025, that regiment was redeployed to defend the Crimean Bridge, Kerch Bridge, which has been a critical target for Ukrainian strikes during the war. This move marked the S-500's first operational combat deployment outside of training or strategic reserve. According to Ukrainian intelligence and several open-source defense analysts, the S-500's deployment to Crimea was largely symbolic and intended as a propaganda move. Russian state media highlighted the deployment as proof of Russia's technological superiority and claimed it would render the bridge immune to Ukrainian attacks. However, in June 2024 and again in early 2025, Ukrainian ATACMS and Storm Shadow missile strikes caused damage in the area, with no indication that the S-500 intercepted them. This raised serious questions about the system's actual performance in a high-threat environment. Experts noted that the version deployed might not have used kinetic hit interceptors, instead relying on proximity-fused ones, which are less effective against maneuvering or hardened targets like warheads or stealth cruise missiles. Furthermore, the system's radar capabilities, though advanced, can be degraded by electronic warfare (EW) and drone saturation, both tactics that Ukrainian forces have repeatedly used with success against Russian air defenses. Russia has claimed that the S-500 can intercept hypersonic weapons and ICBMs, but these statements are largely unverified. So far, there is no credible, independent evidence that it has successfully intercepted a hypersonic missile in combat. Most testing data comes from controlled scenarios within Russia and is released through state-controlled media, often without independent verification. There have been repeated delays in the serial production of the system. Sanctions following Russia's invasion of Ukraine have reportedly limited access to high-tech electronics, including components for radar systems and missile guidance units. This has slowed the rollout of the S-500, and despite Russia's original plans to deploy multiple regiments by 2024, only one has been confirmed. Internal Russian sources have expressed frustration with Almaz-Antey, the system's manufacturer, for missing production targets. Some reports suggest that parts from the S-400 are being repurposed or adapted to fill the gaps. In addition, the development of the next system, the S-550, which is said to be a more mobile anti-ICBM variant, may be drawing resources away from S-500 manufacturing. Despite these shortcomings, the Kremlin continues to use the S-500 in propaganda as a shield against NATO hypersonics, a claim frequently made in Russian media without supporting evidence. Western analysts and think tanks generally assess the system as an incremental improvement over the S-400, but not revolutionary. The key criticism is that the system's theoretical capabilities are not matched by its operational reality, partly due to production limits, battlefield integration issues, and lack of combat-proven effectiveness. There is also skepticism around Russia's export ambitions. India was previously interested in the system, but as of mid-2025, no sale has been finalized, likely due to sanctions risks, doubts over performance, and geopolitical pressure. Overall, while the S-500 is technologically impressive on paper and may eventually become a cornerstone of Russia's strategic air defense, it remains under-delivered, under-tested in real-world conditions, and likely exaggerated in Russian state narratives.